Hi, and welcome to another episode of Butters the CH Kitten. Today, I'm going to be showing you a major part of Butters' care routine, bath time. This isn't Butters' most favorite activity, but we've got to do it, so here we go.
Who's that handsome boy? Who's that handsome boy? Babu!
Are you ready, Butters? I start by filling the sink with warm water and laying Butters down on his special towel. Then, I slowly lower him into the water feet first and gently get his fur wet from bottom to top. This video is sped up, so it takes quite a bit longer than you're seeing here today. One of the most frequently asked questions about Butters' care is whether or not he can clean himself, and the answer is actually no. As you may have seen from some of our other videos, Butters has very limited mobility. This means that he's not able to reach the spots that he needs to clean, so he needs to have a bath instead. He also does his business in the litter box lying down on his side, so he sometimes needs to be cleaned up. Just look at that grumpy boy flicking his tail because he doesn't want to have a bath. Let's wring the extra water out of his tail and tuck it into his towel, so he doesn't get the rest of the bathroom soaking wet. Now it's time for shampoo. I use Dawn dish soap. The one that you see there with the duck on the front is actually pet safe. Some people prefer to use pet shampoo, but I've found that Dawn dish soap is much more effective and way gentler on Butters' skin than any of the pet shampoos I've tried. Now we flip him over and get the other side. More dish soap. And cleaning up this little boy's fur. I'm very careful not to get any water inside his ears. Cats have very sensitive ears, and it can cause problems if moisture gets inside, so we try to avoid that area. But Butters gets washed everywhere else, including those hard-to-reach places, like his tummy and in between his toes. Look at that little face. What a goofy boy. Little chin scratches. People often ask why we don't do hydrotherapy for Butters' mobility, and I think his facial expression here says it all. Now, back in the water, get those soap suds rinsed off. Look at that nice, clean fur. Most cats don't need to have a bath. They'll clean themselves by licking the dirt out of their fur. But because Butters can't reach, he's very vulnerable to skin infections. So he needs to get a bath at least once every 2 weeks to make sure he stays healthy. Now that he's all clean, we wring the extra water out of his tail, his back feet, and his front feet. And we get ready to dry him off. Butters is already a pretty small cat, but when you see him soaking wet, it makes it really clear just how scrawny he is. Look at those drippy little feet. Now we towel him off, making sure to get out as much moisture as we can. In between the toes. Good boy, Butters. You're being very patient. Today, Butters accidentally dunked the tip of his ear into the water when he shook his head unexpectedly. So I'm making sure to dry it out really well so there's no water left inside. Next, we get out Butters' favorite Star Trek blanket and we wrap him up in a cute little burrito. Butters doesn't bend his legs very well, so I can't swaddle him the way you may have seen professionals do. Instead, I wrap him loosely so there's room for his legs to stick straight out. Look how cozy he is wrapped up in his towel. Let's get this little boy onto his blankie. I place Butters on his blankie with his head on his pillow. Tuck him in. and make a little hood to keep his ears warm. Look at that baby Yoda. To make sure that Butters doesn't get cold while he's drying, I warm up a heating pad. Here's Roro supervising, and Kiwi coming in for some hugs. Kiwi loves her little brother, and little sister wants to help with the warming pad. All ready. I put the pad on his toes because they're the most likely to get cold. Little nose rubs. Hey! Little sister, you can't sit on your brother. Don't worry, Butters isn't getting hurt. Little sister's pretty light, and Butters loves cuddling up with her. Now that bath time's over, we just need to wait for Butters to dry off. Good job. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.